Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how I cut open this Mitsubishi transmission controller. These are a sealed unit. 99% of the time what fails in there are the capacitors. So this is how I do it. Let me get committed here. And so I get one shot at this right now. We have a Dremel. That's the key. And we have a cutoff wheel. And I use a 409. That 409 cutoff wheel. Yeah, with 36 pieces in there, these break really, really easy. I have another container of them that's open. Put that on there. 409. Real little. Just little slicers. Now, they do gum up. I have a metal bench, so when they gum up like that, I hit them on the metal bench and knock off the plastic buildup. So they wear out really fast. So I try to get the stick out as far as I can get it to where it's still stable. Because when you're going to be coming in to do this cut, you want to be able to come like that. So people ask what the measurement is to go around here. And it's usually around 5 or 6 millimeter. But what I found out is a square. This little square here works great. The depth is perfect. So that depth right there is where you go. So if you just take a square, line it up right there, like that. Then I take a scribe. Actually, I prefer to come on the top line first. And on the top, don't worry about your sticker. It's going to get damaged. It's just the printing flakes off really easy. But right between the text is where I cut. That's the first mark. So to keep everything square, I come here and I take my scribe. It's a carbide scribe. And I just keep going back and forth. Right there. Now I should have a nice, deep, dark line to follow. See that? Okay. Then, same thing on the edge. Got it. That way you know when you're doing your edge here. I can just transfer it. Transfer it freehand, just like that. That way you know where to stop. So I like to just put my mark right there. Hold it straight. I don't know if you can see that. It just, the carbide scribe, it just peels off the plastic. Try to keep it flat. Okay. Now you've got your side profile where you're going to be cutting. Same with the front here. Keep it, just pinch it tight. Scribe. Make that mark deep so you can follow it. Like that. Nice straight line. Same on this side. Okay, and I'm going to be lining up my mark right there. 5. That's where I'm going to stop. That little scratch, put it on the 5. Can't see probably right there, but yeah, it just carbide scribe works great. This is Starrett. I can't see the number on it. It's a Starrett. It's an old machine tool. Works great. Okay, so now I went a little far, but it don't matter. Now I've got all my marks to cut. And that should give us, as long as my hands are steady, should give us a pretty clean cut. You're gonna take your eye protection. Ooh, definitely needs Windex on those. If you can keep them clear and you can see better. Well, I just put my fingers right back on them, didn't I? I hope those aren't too scratched up. I think those are too scratched up. Yeah, those got scratches. I need another pair. Be right back. Okay, that was about 5 minutes for me searching, but I couldn't find a pair of clears. So I have yellows. All my clear have gone to the 3rd dimension or 4th dimension. There's tons and tons of safety glasses around here, and I can never find them when I need them. And then I start doing crap without them, and I get yelled at. Or I get something in my eye. So, okay, so we're gonna make sure the Dremel is off. And I just go high speed like that. It's gonna get loud, so. And I start at the corners, so. I knocked the camera. That's all right. So, I start at the corners, and I come in here. Like that on that corner. And I try to stay on the same side of the line, on the top side of the line. Just like that. Okay. So let that solidify. If you touch it and it's molten, it will stick to you. So that's how I start it. I stay on top of the line, and I just slowly work my way around. So this is why I charge what I charge to do this. It's a real messy job. It gets everywhere, the little plastic bits. And then see how it's getting plastic on it? What I do, since I have a metal bench, I just like that, and it takes care of it. So I'm just going to continue on. Just don't get in a rush. If you don't get into a rush, you'll do a good job. So just take your time. You don't have you have all day. You know, I try to do it as expeditiously as possible because my time is money. Your time is money probably too. I won't dismiss your time. But this is how I do it. This is why I charge what I charge. It takes a while and it's a messy job. So then I got about 15 minutes of cleaning up. We're getting a little melty there. And that's how you break. But you see how it started getting a really big gap. And we need to get a little bit more right there. That's where it caught. Okay. So that blade is almost done. I need to grab a steel pipe here. This will work. Yeah, see, even the steel's sticking to the plastic. So whatever they make those out of, they're just not that. They don't cut very well. So all you can do is just try to clean it off until. And yeah, it's not going to clean up. So when that happens, you just open up your pack. That's where you get 36 of them. And you grab a fresh one. I already had a fresh one out, but yeah, if one day I'll figure out a faster way to open these. But we just take that and toss it. These are pretty cheap. They're about $10 or $15 for a pack of 36. So I like to kind of break off the plastic there. Gives me a good visual reference and stops that stuff from poking you. That will poke you pretty good and give you a cut if you slip. So we will continue doing this. Really never timed myself doing this, so we're at 15 minutes. So I went on the wrong side of that line. And just take your, like I said, take your time. It's not a race. And if you take your time, you will get a nice, clean cut. I've been meaning to do this video for a while, and see how those are poked out right there? See how that's poked out? If you went and grabbed that, that will cut you. So I like to break those off as I'm going. Because trust me, it will cut you. We're almost there. We've got a couple more cuts. It takes about a half hour to open these-ish, 15 or 20 minutes-ish. I'm doing this on video, so it's taking me a little bit longer. And just always inspect your thing. It's starting to get a little, that plastic's just being impregnated into that. So then I'll come up to the top. Top one's the hardest. And I'm a little crooked. See that? It happens. Don't try to straighten it. Because if you try to straighten it, you'll break your bit. You'll break your cutoff wheel. So, just go slow. Okay, and if ooh, I did that off camera. That was down here, darn it. Oh well. Okay, I'm a little crooked, but for doing this freehand, it's not that bad. Yeah, it's hard to do the camera and all this, so you gotta get yourself comfortable, and I can't look at the camera and do this, so that's we got 2 more cuts on the side, and she should come off. I might need to go a little bit more in that neighborhood, but like I said, these are sharp. They will cut you. So I like to break those off. Just use a fingernail. Now, if you open this up and you attempt to do it yourself, and you don't know how to do it, you're condemning it to the scrap, because I will not take these anymore if they've been opened up. So I'm going to show you how to do this just so you guys can do it. Hey, this one, I come in real little, try to keep it straight. Just like that. Same thing, this one's going to be a little difficult because it's at an odd angle. So I like to come in here. Oop, little slippage. It happens. I've done a bunch of these, so slippages happen. But okay, yeah, little slippage, but as long as you go slow, like I was going a little fast because I've done this so many times, but I try to go a little slower on a lot of it. But there is literally plastic all over the floor here. Could have probably angled that down a little. Yeah, maybe next time I'll do another video on it. Okay, and then I just take a flat blade snap off. That's what I run. And you just take your screwdriver and twist. That's all you have to do. Any more than a twist and it don't pop off, you still got too much connection. There you go. That is how you open up one of these TCUs. Then I take a razor and just come along the edges, go along, and just hit the edges, deburr them, because those little pieces, you can sometimes do it with your finger, but a razor blade works really well. Gives you a nice clean edge. I'm trying to mix my format up a little bit here. I'm not sure if you guys are going to like any of this content, but this is how I open these TCUs. Okay. That one is open. I can't tell right off the bat if the capacitors have leaked. That's the main area right there that gets the issues. That one looks like it might be okay. Those little bonding wires are glued. They're not soldered. These two capacitors will have leakage underneath of them there. Same thing on this one. Just be very, very careful not to get too deep in there. And just cut the edge. Cut that sharp edge off. That will cut you if you're not careful. Try not to go deep. If you mess up one of those bonding wires, you're going to have a bad day. I've messed up a bonding wire or two doing these, but it's a risk you take when you do it. So I just like to clean off all the edges. Makes for a nice job. I know you can't see what I'm doing in there because I got to be at that angle. There you go. That is a clean TCU ready to be worked on. That was ready to be worked on. I could have probably zoomed out, but the camera has to be so high and it's hard to. But just go easy, no hurry. And then that will be a good solid repair. I got a piece of plastic in there near those bonding wires. I'm gonna have to get in there with the microscope and take that out. So, but that was it. That was opening up a Mitsubishi transmission controller. Hope you enjoy. If you like more of this content, subscribe. I will try to provide more of it. We'll catch y'all later.